What's shaking down, everybody, and welcome to the Half-Ass Garage Impromptu Shop Tour. Why? Because one of y'all asked me to, because this is a 30 by 40 horse barn, and you're thinking about building a 30 by 40 shop. So, shop horse barn. So rather than trading texts for 4 months or whatever, to try to explain it, I'll do it in a video for you and give you a better idea of how much room there is in a 30 by 40 area. And also a couple of tips that I wish that I would have done different and all that different stuff to help you out, because that's what you wanted to know. And that's the right thing to do. When somebody asks, you help them out, because that is just being a good person. So, to address one of the questions that I've asked or been asked several times and seen comments and stuff, here's the answer. Years ago, I was involved in a bad car accident, roll over, got thrown out, a piece of my skull, cut my optic nerve, and that's why one of my pupils is dilated more than the other one. The more you know. Okay, off to the shop tour. So this is it. One of the big questions was, hey, can you fit a couple of pickups in the 30 by 40 shop? And this is my 84 D150. Single cab, short bed, and you can see the tailgate goes right to the door. These doors suck, by the way. If you're in cold weather, don't get the sliding doors. They're impossible to seal up. So if you care about heat, like I do, don't get those. So anyway, back to the truck. Yeah, butts right up against there. If you watched my Rusty Ram video where I changed the steering shaft, you'll notice that I'm wiggling around like a lizard in this little tiny spot. Well, that's the spot. The front of the Rusty Ram comes basically right to this chair. So that's kind of the bumper of the Rusty Ram. And when it was pulled in, the trailer hitch, which, funny enough, is rusted right into the receiver of the Rusty Ram that I can't get out, comes basically right to the edge of this door. I mean, like, so close you can't walk through it without destroying your shins and, bleeding to death or whatever. So, that's it. This is a pole barn. It's built like a pole barn. It's not meant to be heated or cooled, although I've tried. I've insulated. This is 1/2 inch foil back sheathing that just tries to keep the heat down. This is a truss roof, so it's not like there's not a big opening that I can open up. Just studs going across. So I put the stuff up there. It keeps the heat down, but that's really all it's good for. And, maybe you can insulate it. The walls are insulated, but there's big gaps up there, so it is impossible to heat. Again, with the doors and the gaps and all the crap, whatever, this was never meant to be heated. So I have my little portable gas chamber generator right here that tries to kill me every time I turn it on. And that's the only way I can get the heat to ramp up fast enough and get warm enough that this little anemic wood-burning stove can kind of try to maintain the temperature so I don't freeze to death and die. And then the magic heat pumps the lost heat out of the chimney pipe, and that's helped a huge amount. So if you're anywhere cold, get something bigger than that. Those things are amazing. Try not to die from the, salamander heater or whatever, and try to get different doors, because those top tracks are almost impossible to seal off without closing off the entire door, which, doors are handy to have when you have cars. So anyway, this is basically the size of it. Now, this was a horse barn, as possibly indicated by the incorrect thermometer up there with a horse on it. I can't change the fact that this water pipe is here, not without a whole lot of hassle, and this was for the horse. This was the stall's side beam, so it would go up, and then the horse stall went straight back, went over that way, kind of along that crack. This was all sand at the time, and then went straight back kind of to that stud pack right there and came out. And then that was all hay and straw storage, and then this was all sand. So if you imagine what I just showed you for a horse, it isn't that big. So, I mean, that's like what a horse would live in. And he wasn't tight in there, but it wasn't a palace for the horse. So that gives you an idea. That's horse sized. That's, his bedding and stuff. And that's basically it. So I don't have a ton of room. I care for my dad since my mom passed, and a lot of this stuff is not mine, nor do I have any control over it. I cared for my mom before that, so A lot of the stuff I can't change, and these shelves evolved over time. So this was never intended to be a shop or set up in a way that could be a shop. Really, it just kind of like creeped on in as I sort of took over like a virus, and this is what it became. So right off the bat, invest in storage. Factor it into the cost of your shop. You'll thank me later. Everything that's flat becomes a storage table at some point if you don't have enough actual storage, as evident by every single flat surface in here being covered by stuff. Even this little table that I just put up for the live stream with Destroyer tonight and is now covered with DD Speed Shop stuff. If he wants those, let me know. Anyway, all this stuff needs a home. Just factor in storage with doors so it looks cleaner off the bat. You'll thank me later. Think about how you want to insulate the walls and the roof, or the ceiling rather, to try to temperature and humidity control the area. You're going to be building engines and stuff in there, having maybe machines and whatnot, lathes and Bridgeports, whatever you decide to have. Huge temperature variations and changes and swings with a lot of humidity will cause tons of surface rust right away if you're not on top of it all the time. So if you have important things that you care about, figuring out how you want to, climate control or maintain the temperature in your shop is a huge thing to think about. And anyway, that is the messy, gross, disgusting, embarrassing half-assed garage. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe and share, or whatever you're going to do, because that's how YouTube works, and that's how my channel would grow, and I can't really do it without all your help. So I hope that this helped you out, bud. So, this is the size it is. This is what you're looking at. So, anyway, be good, be well, all that stuff. Be safe. And until next time, thanks for watching Half-Assed Garage.